Welcome to Midwest Hunting Outdoors. Joel, what are we working on today?
Hey, if you are interested in learning how to make a wood duck house and installing it, this is the episode for you. So that's what this is all about.
Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Tim and Joel. Welcome to Midwest Hunting and Outdoors by Two Dumbasses,
A podcast about the outdoors, hunting,
and being a steward of the land.
Hey, if you like what these two dumbasses are doing, please hit the like button and subscribe today.
Okay, step one in this whole deal is I've got some old barn boards that I ripped down to, we really want to use 1x10s or 1x12s, which really are about 9 inches or 11 inches. These are 8 inches. So we're going to do these with these barn boards ripped down to 8 inches. But the plans that you're going to see in this are for 1x10s or 1x12s. But anyway, we're going to cut, step one here is we're going to cut the front face of this wood duck house block, and it's going to be 19 inches tall. So we're going to cut this square at 19 inches. And then the next step would be putting the screen or the crawl up net on the inside and drill the front hole. So that's where we're at. This is the board we're going to use for the front of our wood duck house. So I want to find the center, and I want to measure down 5 inches, and that's going to be the top of our hole. You want this hole to be 3 inches high and 4 inches wide in an oval shape. First, I've got to draw that oval shaped. So I'm going to try to find something that's 3 inches around and put 2 circles on here and try to connect the dots. Stay with me. All right, I have found something that's 3 inches. So sitting right here in front of me, I've got a little hummingbird house that I'm starting on that I've got drilled out, but the base of this is 3 inches. So I'm gonna put this up here, and like I said, I want it to be 4 inches wide. So I just put a couple marks there for my guide to get it out to 4 inches, and I'm just going to draw 2 complete circles, and then I'll connect them and cut it out. There we go. That's the front door for Mrs. Woody. All right, the next step in this is you want to either take your saw or some type of tool and scratch the inside of the surface so the little ducklings can crawl up the inside and go out the hole when they're hatched. Or you could I'm going to put some wire, some mesh wire, but you really want to be careful and make sure that the ends are cut off. Again, what I can do is I can just staple or nail, secure this wire to the inside here, but I want to give these ducklings the best possible chance to use this as a ladder. So I found some scrap blocks here, and what I'm going to do is take this wire and put a little bend on it, and then I'm going to nail this. Here, and what that will do is it'll do 2 things. One, it'll cover up any sharp points at the top of that wire, but 2 is it'll keep the wire away from the board and give a little bit better of a ladder for those ducklings to crawl up. All right, that really looks good. I think that's going to give them a good ladder to go up, and I will give you a better look at that. Okay, the next step in this is I'm going to cut 2 pieces for the side. So because we want to slope on the roof, the 2 sides need to be cut at an angle at the top. For me, that angle is about 5 degrees. It depends on the width of your board, but 5 degrees is probably going to put you in the ballpark. Again, we were looking for a 20-inch length on the back, and with that, after the slope on the front, we're going to go down to 19 inches. So I'm going to cut that slope right out. All right, I'm going to start assembling this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to piece this together one step at a time, and then I'm going to tack it with my air brand nailer with 1-inch brands, and I'll come back after the fact, drill and put screws in, countersink, and then put screws in to secure it for sure. The other thing that I haven't done is cut the bottom. So my bottom should be 8 3/4. But I am going to 8 3/4 long, but I am going to wait until I get this assembled and completely done except for the bottom, just to get an exact match, because the bottom is where I'm going to screw and remove yearly to get in the nest and clean it out. So I want to make sure that that's tight and secure and going from there. So stay with me while I tack this together, and I'll show you how I go about this. So before I tack this together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back. I want to go up 2 inches from the bottom. That's going to be a good place for me to put the sides and the front on. So I want a little bit of overlap at the bottom, 2 inches. And then what I did is I put the face on here, which is 20 inches. I want to go up 20 inches, draw a line, and this part is going to be the overlap at the top. I'm going to put this on a fence post. If you're just going to drill this to a tree or a wooden object, you can just put a drill hole in here and screw it and you're done. But I'm going to put this on a fence post. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a couple holes in here and put some wire in here, pre-installation wise. So when I get this out, I get my fence post in place, I can just take this wire on the back and twist it on the fence post and it's connected. So that's what I'm here at my drill press doing. I'm going to put a couple, 2 sets of 2 holes in this, make sure they're on the inside of the house, and then I'm going to put some wire in there, and that'll be what I'm going to, hardware that I'm going to use to attach this to my pole. Okay, I've got about 4 foot of wire here, and the only reason I'm using 4 foot is I want to double it up. This is small gauge wire, and I want to make sure that this is a lifetime secured to the pole. So I'm going to double it up. If you had thicker wire, 1 strand would be fine, but I doubled it up. I'm going to run it through the holes. And then, like I said, I'm just going to twist it here just to keep it out of the way. So when I put this on a fence post, it's ready to go. So I'm going to do that to the top, and we'll do some assembly. Okay, I'm going to put the sides on here first. So really the only thing you can screw up on these sides is, again, we want our roof to slope forward towards the front of the hole. So I'm going to put this on my 2-inch line. Flush with the back. And that's my sides and my back. And then I'll lay it down. All right, we'll put the front on here. Just a word of warning. If you're going to put this mesh on, make sure it's 3/4 of an inch from each edge. And if you're going to do it like I did it with the ladders, again, make sure it's 3/4 of an inch from each edge, because you need that space for these boards to line up. All right, that's the front. The front and the sides and the back, and now we got to put the roof on for a cover. And we're all done with this except putting screws in it and in the bottom. So let's see how close I was. I think I guessed 8 3/4 inches. And we are at, I'm gonna call it 8 7/8, and that's basically just because of gaps and some fudge here. So 8 7/8 was a little shy of 9 inches. I'll cut this to length, put my bottom on. All right, I've got the bottom cut here. Dry fitted it, it looks good. I am going to drill 5 holes in this, 3/8 inch holes in this, to allow if there's any rainwater or anything like that inside the house to drain out. So I'm going to put those in like a star pattern to allow for drainage. All right, the last step here is now that this is all tacked together, I'm going to pre-drill and then screw these boards together to make it more permanent. On the bottom, again, if there's anything special you want to do, put longer screws in or whatever, but the bottom is what you're going to use to remove every year and get in there and clean it out. So thanks for watching, and I hope this build goes well for you. The next time you see this wood house, it'll be on a post out by Tim's Pond. Hey, thanks for joining us. We got this wood duck house installed. Tim, you want to walk us through where this is located and how we installed this bad boy?
Yeah, so this is on a parcel of our property to where we installed a pond here a few years ago. And anyway, we wanted to find a south and an east facing location that's relatively close to the water, and this fits the bill. We're practically across from our dam. And all it took, well, I shouldn't say all it took on my part was a post and some wire. And so we basically pounded this post. We put down a piece of tin to prevent the raccoons from climbing up and bothering the nest. But Joel did the bulk of this work.
Well, you were on special assignment.
Yep.
But that's all good. It's a team effort, and man, I'm super excited. I mean, it feels like winter. It is winter temperatures, as you can tell the way we're bundled up. But I mean, we're right on the verge of spring happening. So I think we hit the timetable to get this up. I'm excited to see some woodies use this and live in your pond.
Yeah, and we'll put a video on camera on this just so we can track its progress, and we'll publish that later.
Yeah. But until then,
Be
safe, have fun, and get outdoors.
Thanks for listening or watching our show. We have some exciting topics and guests coming up.
We ask that you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
We look forward to hearing your suggestions for topics,
Questions and comments. This is Two Dumbasses signing off. Until next time,
be safe,
have fun, and get outdoors.